Hello HMS and welcome to the Choir Awards. To get us started this afternoon, I wanted to go ahead and read an open letter that I wrote to all of my choir students and parents. Following that, we're going to go to some thank yous very briefly, and then I'll announce the awards. Dear HMS choir students and parents, I write this letter to you for each of you, especially my 8th grade students. I miss every one of you. Each of you means more to me than you may think. I hope that you'll understand that you make an impact on me and become part of who I am. Likewise, I hope the opposite is true for you. Like I say at the beginning of every school year to all of my classes, I don't want you to take music so you can become a musician or teach music. I teach music so that you can have the experience of making music together. That's the only thing that matters to me. Not how good you are, but that we do music together. I took a personality test in high school and college, and both told me, the results of both was that I was an introvert, someone who is shy in social situations. But over my 12 years in education, I've learned to be an extrovert. As someone who loves alone time, I was totally unaware of how reliant I am on social interaction. Because of this pandemic, I crave social interaction. The more I've thought and read about it, the more I realize that I'm not an extrovert or an introvert. I'm a human. I need people because they make me better. This school year has been amazing. It's been a year that was going to be unforgettable before the pandemic, even more so now. This is the end of my 10th year teaching at HMS, and unfortunately, this year has ended unexpectedly. I never want any recognition for myself, but I want recognition for my students. Y'all deserve a concert and a praise for your accomplishments. You don't get that this year, at least not in the way that you deserve. I've taken the end of this year hard because the nature of what I teach, social and emotional learning, requires physical face-to-face contact. I tried hard to continue to build relationships with each of you, but being physically removed and tied behind a computer or phone put my ability to connect with you at a disadvantage. This was difficult on me, emotionally and socially draining. I prayed daily that the same was true for any of my kids, my students, you, but I know that for some, and possibly many of you, it was. That is heartbreaking. Music is meant to be shared together in person, not for the sake of music, but to bridge each of us together as a human being. Music is what makes us human, after all. I refuse to call this time our new normal, because it isn't normal, and it will never be. Humans are social animals, and we crave human contact. I will teach to my students in the physical classroom again soon. My students will be able to laugh, argue, cry, and sing with me together soon. This isn't our new normal. This is our temporary condition. I am not naive, however. I expect things to be different than they were before. In fact, I expect them to be different. I would be disappointed in the human race if we didn't make changes to the way we were gathering, eating, socializing, and making music. Our new normal will be different, but change isn't bad. Change is usually good. I'm in the process right now, and will be working hard over the next couple of months to ensure that whatever changes are coming will be changes for the better. I will be making personal and professional improvements so that my kids will still have the connection, coordination, and cooperation that music provides. In the meantime, while we begin to end this temporary condition, stay healthy, stay socially distant, but sing. Make music as much as possible. Why? Because it's good for you. Research study after research study points to the positive impact of making music, alone and with others. Especially in more difficult times, such as this, making music is a way of improving your mood, releasing endorphins in the brain to make us feel better. Research has proven that. It doesn't matter what you sing, how you make music, or even that you're good or bad. I can't stress that enough. Society tells us that we shouldn't do something if we're not the best at it, even if we enjoy doing it. Music isn't about being the best. It exists because we like it and we like doing it. So do it with as little care for how good you are as possible. If you're socially distancing like you should be, then nobody or very few will even hear you. Be bold and make music because you like it, because it's our nature, because it's good for you. I will miss all of you over the summer. To my 8th grade students, I'm sorry your middle school experience ended the way that it did, but at least you'll never forget your 8th grade year. I love y'all, and if you see me in public, please say hello because that'll cheer me up. I hope it'll cheer you up too. Love, Mr. Litten. Before I get to the words, I wanted to say a few thank yous to some deserving individuals. First, thank you to my wife and kids. It is tough being married to me, but even more so when I'm absent through the busy seasons of being a choir director. My wife Sarah is patient and loving. Also, thank you to Miss Anna Laws and Mr. Coach Swope. Miss Laws and Coach Swope are two people who have helped me out tremendously, but also bring a perspective and brain power to show choir that I quite simply don't possess. They are wonderful, caring, humble, and helpful people. To all the parents who've helped this year, thank you. It's such a blessing to live and work in a place where volunteerism in the school is part of the culture. Y'all are what allow choir and show choir to be successful. A huge shout out to the HMS administration. Mr. Pearson, Dr. Henneke, Ms. McBride, and Mr. Cockerham are some of the best principals that Alabama has, and Homewood is proud to call them ours. They work tirelessly to allow our students the opportunities to do choir, sports, robotics, band, art, academic clubs, field trips, e-learning, etc., all at the same time for some students. They know because they've read it, what the research says about students' academic success as it is correlated to students' participation in extracurricular and arts activities. Lastly, thank you to everyone for your support. I'm humbled to live and work in a city that is so wonderfully close and who supports the arts. Let's continue to make Homewood a great place to live and learn by giving every student the opportunity to do music. Now on to the awards. You'll notice that I am not in Birmingham. We had a bit of a family emergency that caused us to move temporarily south, and we got here this weekend. Thankfully, it's a very beautiful place, and so that's why I've decided to do the video awards here. So please excuse the fact that I'm not in Birmingham the last week of school. A description of the awards. There are some main awards that I'll be giving out for each one of our groups. And all of these awards have been ordered. As soon as I receive them, I will deliver them somehow to each one of the recipients of the awards. Please be patient. Of course, this is COVID, and there's no telling when I can get the awards or when I can get them out. At some point over the summer, you will receive the physical reward, or award, not reward. Here's the description of the awards. The Directors and Stage Managers Award. Those are two separate awards, but there's a Directors and Stage Managers Awards. They mean the same thing. The Directors Award and Stage Manager Award is awarded to the student who display maturity, self-discipline, helpfulness, and take active leadership roles in their involvement in the choir. The students are well respected by classmates and teachers as reliable, honest, and caring. Patriot Award. Patriot Award symbolizes an overall pride in our school, but specifically of their choir. These students place a priority on the success of the group and commit themselves to do whatever they can to improve. These students are positive, supportive, and take ownership of their unofficial leadership role. The Outstanding Musicianship Award. Students who not only display a special ability and talent for the different facets which make up music, but also display a passion and dedication to the music discipline, are designated as outstanding musicians. This award recognizes their talent and improvements to the art of music. The competition Most Valuable Performers only for show choir. I call them MVPs, Most Valuable Performer. Students selected as the competition MVP were recognized for their outstanding work and leadership at one of the competitions. These students are given the participation trophy for that specific competition. All right, on to the awards. We'll begin with 7th grade concert choir. The Directors Award, there's two of them. The Directors Award goes to Harper Boland and Charlotte Murphy. The Patriot Award goes to Callie Armistead and Jaden Lightfoot. Outstanding Musicianship Award, Annabelle Cohn and Ethan Martin. And lastly, some recognition for a couple of our students who participated in the Alabama All-State Choir. That's a tremendous honor, and it is a tremendous amount of work. And that was Mary Martin Booker and Charlotte Murphy. The 8th grade Chamber Choir Awards. The Director's Award goes to Emma Chiesa. Patriot Award, Kimberly Morris and Emmy Stewart. Outstanding Musicianship Award, Mimi Chapman. Alabama All-State Choir was Ben Traffenstedt. The Alabama Young Voices Choir, Mimi Chapman, Emma Chiesa, Mika Marriott, Noel Mizraini, Emmy Stewart, Ben Traffenstedt, and Braden Whiteman. Unfortunately, because of COVID, the Alabama Young Voices Choir was canceled, but right before it was canceled, those students were selected to participate in that honor. And it's just like the Alabama All-State Choir. For the Patriots Singer Show Choir, dance captains, I want to recognize who did a tremendous job this year. There is no award for them except for the plaque that stays in the choir room. Their name will be engraved on. The dance captains are Alyssa Culverhouse, Martha Ponder, Maggie Youngblood, and Ben Traffenstedt. Section leaders will be engraved on a plaque in the choir room. Mika Marriott for the sopranos, Dee Dee Alexander for the altos, Caleb Flores for the tenors, and Jackson Kittinger for the basses. I went ahead and did the draft king and queen just based on what we had in the choir room. It was the only fair way to do it. So this student who will be named the draft king will have an asterisk by their name on the legacy plaque that lives in the choir room. So they won the award, but it's kind of with a caveat that it didn't actually end. And with 167 drafts, Ethan Martin is going to take that award, and his name will be etched onto the legacy plaque in the choir room. In second place was Emma Lawrence, and then Abby Mickelhenny was in third place. The Director's Award for the show choir goes to Jackson Kittinger. Patriot Award, Margaret Rogers. Outstanding Musicianship Award, Mika Marriott and Caleb Flores. The Competition MVP for Montgomery, Josephine Foley. Competition MVP for Enterprise, Mary Malloy Strickland. Competition MVP for Oak Mountain, Carter Caven. Competition MVP for Jasper, Caroline Smith. And a couple other recognition. The managers for the show choir this year were Helen Murray, Evie Loylis, and Ellie Martin. They did a terrific job. There's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that they do that make show choir work so well. Organizing files, doing all of the birthdays. And I can't thank them enough for the work that they do. And for the backstage crew, Stage Manager's Award goes to Juliana Davis. The Patriot Award goes to Ethan Lambert. So congratulations to all of our award winners. This is hopefully the honor that you deserve. I wish I could provide an award for everybody, but this is special recognition for a select students who met those criteria. But also, before I leave, I would like to recognize some of our 8th graders from the show choir. This year's 8th graders are wonderful, and I've been talking to Mr. Thorne about them, and I have praised them to Mr. Thorne for a lot of reasons. But students who were in the Patriot Singers for 2 years get a special recognition. They get a little coin or emblem that recognizes their hard work for 2 years in the show choir, in the middle school show choir. And those are, by the way, if I don't call your name and you were in the show choir for 2 years, please let me know. I'm kind of doing this remotely, and I don't have all of my files with me. The students who were in show choir for 2 years in middle school: Dee Dee Alexander, Quinn Boney, Mimi Chapman, Emma Chiesa, Cleo Cothran, Alyssa Culverhouse, Juliana Davis, Kate Eason, Caleb Flores, Josephine Foley, Ruby Francis, Elizabeth Gillum, Madeline Harwell, Scarlett Kelly, Mika Marriott, Noelle Miserani, Kimberly Morris, Helen Murray, Martha Ponder, Margaret Rogers, Ann Siegel, Caroline Smith, Mary Malloy Strickland, Kenneth Wong, and Maggie Youngblood. So congratulations again to all of these students. 8th graders, I will miss you dearly. 7th graders, I'll miss you over the summer, but I will see you when we return to school. As is tradition at Homewood, we are going to sing the Irish Blessing. Because of COVID, we're not able to sing it together. So I hope you'll join me at home. Also, I tried to put together a virtual choir, but it just didn't work out. So I hope y'all enjoy it, or you'll sing with us at home. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of Y'all have a safe and wonderful summer, because you know I am.